Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today we are going to look at chapter 12 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the devotional service in the Bhakti Jnana course. So devotional service, we have seen many verses where Lord Krishna developed the concept of bhakti in the Bhagavad Gita. So now it's the whole chapter that we are going to have a look at. So it's summary of chapter 12. Although chapter 12 is one of the shortest chapters in Bhagavad Gita, it contains essential wisdom which warms the heart of the reader. Entitled Devotional Service, this chapter discusses the path of devotion, the stages one may undergo to achieve it, and the qualities of the devotee who has perfected it. We gain insight into the most cherished aspects of God's personality and the disposition of the devotee who is fully in love with Him. The themes of this chapter are: following on from seeing this universal form, Arjuna asks Krishna whether it is better to worship his personal or impersonal form. Krishna answers Arjuna very clearly that it is better to worship the personal. Then Krishna gives various options as to how to reach the highest platform. And finally, he describes the qualities which endear him to the perfect devotee. So, Riyansh, would you like to read the Sanskrit verse?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Puja Mataji, can you read the English one? Yeah, you, Puja Mataji.
Nanivan, are you there?
Yes, yes, I'm. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, okay. I'll read the English translation. Okay.
Okay, Riyansh, go on.
Yes, Mata. Chapter 12 Devotional Service. Text 1. Arjuna Vacha Evam Satata Yuktaye Bhaktasvam Paripasate Echapyaksharam Avyaktam Tesham Ke Yoga Vittamaha.
Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect? Those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested?
Text 2. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Maya Asattamana Maya Vishamano Evam Nitya Yukta Upasate Shradaya Parayopetas Teme Yuktata Mata.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, those who fix their minds on my personal form and are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be most perfect.
Text 3 and 4. Yet Vaksharamanirdesham Avyaktam Paryapasate Sarvatragamachityam Cha Kutastamachalam Dhruvam Sanniyamendriya Kramam Sarvatra Samabhutaya Te Prapnuvanti Mameva Savabhutahite Vrata.
But those who fully worship the unmanifested, that which lies beyond the perception of the senses, the all-pervading, inconceivable, unchanging, fixed and immovable, the impersonal conception of the absolute truth, by controlling the various senses and being equally disposed to everyone, such persons
Text 5. Kleshvarika Rastesham Avyakta Sakta Chetasam Avyakta Hi Kate Tukam Deha Vatira Vapyate.
For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested, impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied.
Text 6 and 67. Yet Sarvani Karmani Mai Sanyasya Matpara Ananyena Eva Yogina Mamya Yunto Vasate Teshamaham Samyukta
Not hear you, Riyan.
I think we lost him. Yeah.
7. तेषामहं समुद्धार्ता मृत्यु संसार सागरात् भवामि च न चिरात् पार्थ मया वेक्षिषित चेतसाम्.
But those who worship me, giving up all their activities unto me and being devoted to me without deviation, engaged in devotional service and always meditating upon me, having fixed their minds upon me, O son of Purtha, for them I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death.
Hare Krishna Mataji, can you hear me? Hear me?
Yes, we can. So continue afterwards. The summary of the verses 1 to 7. In response to a question by Arjuna, Krishna again picks up the discussion of impersonalism. It seems to be a recurring theme in the conversation, and one may question why. The essence of our being is to be happy, Anandamai Vihasa, and the essence of such happiness is experienced in loving relationships. For a relationship to exist, there must be a subject, object, and reciprocity. But impersonal notions of oneness kill all three, and therefore cheat the individual of true happiness. Krishna explains that a personal approach to God through bhakti yoga, devotional service, is more practical in the immediate term and more fulfilling in the long term. While those who tread the impersonal path of spirituality undoubtedly receive spiritual merit, their progress is piecemeal and a great deal more troublesome. So, lesson 49. Worshipping the impersonal form of the Lord is very difficult. So, Krishna very explicitly explained that Bhakti Yoga is more practical. We have to have this relationship with the Lord and love the Supreme Godhead. Then we can do this Bhakti Yoga and get immediate merits. So it's very important to worship the Lord, the person, not the Brahman. Yeah.
But it's very hard to build a relationship with something that you can't see or touch, or feel, because the impersonal form of the Lord is impersonal. So the Brahman, if you like, very hard to worship. So Krishna, actually, as you said, he really lays it down properly that, it's troublesome, and don't go down that path. It is a path, yes, but it's a difficult path. So, okay. Naniben, anything from your side?
Yes, this impersonal form, is it for sort of prayers to the Brahmjyotir, and is that what it means?
It's more not necessarily, yes, like focusing on the light.
Light and
Yeah.
does it include the Paramatma as well? Paramatma localized feature?
No, that's beyond the Brahman concept. Yeah,
Okay.
it's one step beyond. And it's also for those who, want to become God, basically. They're thinking, I'm God, you're God, everybody's God. So they have this Brahman realization, if you like, maybe, that, I am God and I will merge into the Supreme after leaving this body. So they are the ones who relate to the Brahman, the impersonal. But there's no relationship, because how can you have a relationship with light effectively? So
At least when they're into the yogic, when they studied, not when they're concentrating on the Paramatma feature, there is a person there, isn't it? Four-handed Vishnu.
Yeah, correct. Yes, that's right. That's right. Because they're looking within, they're looking at the yoga posture.
Yogi, yeah.
Yeah. And they're focusing within themselves, and yeah, focusing on the Paramatma. In fact, yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're one step higher in this
Higher, yeah.
in the spiritual context. Yeah. Karuna, anything you'd like to add to that?
No, Prabhuji, I can't.
Okay.
No, I can't see anything more.
Okay.
So we continue.
Yeah.
Okay. Sitaram Prabhu, would you like to read the Sanskrit text?
Mataji, can I receive?
Mhm.
Okay, you read the Sanskrit.
Hare
Sitaram Prabhu,
Krishna,
you can
Mataji
read the
Prabhu.
English one. Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
yes.
Okay. Go on,
Mahi
Nitya.
Vamana Adhaspa Mahi Buddhim Nivesaya Nivasis Syasi Mahi Eva Eta Udbhamno Samsatya.
Carry translation.
Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always without a doubt.
Athasitam Samadhatum Nasaknasi Mayat Stiram Abhyasa Yogena Tatu Mam Ichaptam Dhananjaya.
My dear Arjuna, O winner of wealth, if you cannot fix your mind upon me without deviation, then follow the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga. In this way, develop your desire to attain me.
Abhyasapi asamarthosi mat karma paramo bhava mat artham api karmani kurvam siddhim abhapsyasi.
If you cannot practice the regulations of Bhakti Yoga, then just try to work for me, because by working for me, you will come to the perfect stage.
Taihad api asakto si kurtam ad yogam asrita sarva karma phala tyagi tatah kuru yatatmayam.
If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act giving up all results of your work, and try to be self-situated.
Shreyahu jnanam abhyasat Dhyanam vivisyate dhyanat karma phala tyagat chantir anantaram.
If you cannot do this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, how is meditation, and better than meditation is renunciation of the fruits of action. For by such renunciation, one can attain peace of mind.
Thank you. So Lord Krishna gives the progressive stages of devotion. In the verse 8, we have to fix our mind on Krishna, and then we will have this relationship with Krishna. In verse 9, we have to follow the regulative principle of sadhana bhakti and develop this desire to attain Krishna. And then in text 10, work for Krishna. So then we'll come to the stage of devotional service. And in verses 11 to 12, renunciation, cultivation of knowledge, And meditation is other ways to purification and obtain peace and gradual elevation. So this is the lowest stage, and the topmost is if we have our mind fixed on Krishna. So at least we can start from this lower stage and try to cultivate knowledge and meditate in Krishna and engage ourselves in devotional service through regulative principles. So then maybe we can attain Krishna. Then we will attain Krishna. Really long process. The summary of verses 8 to 12. Krishna demonstrates his magnanimity and understanding. Having delineated the topmost practice of Bhakti Yoga, he goes on to other options, recognizing that some may find it difficult to immediately embrace the devotional path. Progressive steps towards such a devotional spirit include the practice of regulated spirituality, worship through one's daily work, and the cultivation of knowledge. The spiritual path is not all or nothing. One can begin their journey according to what is feasible and realistic. The Lord Krishna, lesson 50, Lord Krishna is very patient and waiting for us to step in. So we have to make the move. We have to try to obtain this divine knowledge through the mercy of the Guru, through association with devotees, through listening to Bhagavad Gita with different gurus. So we have to really get to know what is this devotional service and engage ourselves in it. So if this is not possible, then at least we can try to give up the results of our work, whatever we are trying to do. Remember Krishna, don't be attached to the results of our work, and then we can gradually engage ourselves in Bhakti Yoga. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. So yeah, it's as you very nicely explained. It's very, very sweet of the Lord to be so flexible. You know, he could be quite hard and say, no, you know, that you need to sort yourselves out. But there's so much flexibility given. And then when he comes in Kali Yuga as Lord Chaitanya, he gives even more flexibility. So this is the Lord who is wanting us back with him. He's not somebody who wants to push us away. He wants us with him. He loves us. So we need to try to reciprocate with that love. So yes, Naniman.
Yeah, it's various paths for everybody to practice, which is what Krishna wants. He says he doesn't want to give up. He wants us to progress and then ultimately reach him. So it's a very good summary of how to progress to him reaching the highest stage of Bhakti Yoga.
Yeah. The Lord gives so much flexibility. It's fantastic. It really is good. This is so good. So okay.
Shall we stop here, Prabhuji?
Yeah, I think it's worth spending a little time on chapter 12, like you have, because it's really the heart. And Rian, she's very keen on chapter 12. Every single day he recites that, and I enjoy reciting. You know, like listening to him. So, yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Chakra ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.